Hi guys, so today we will do this question by the name of minimum operations to make median of an array equal to k. The question says like what is the minimum number of operations? And let me tell you what operation is. Operation is basically like incrementing or decrementing an element of this array by one. So question is basically asking how many times minimum are we required to increment or decrement any element of this array to make the median equals to k. And if you don't know median, I would like to, like tell you, median is nothing but when you sort this array, when you sort this nums, so the middle element is the median. And if the number of elements in the array are odd, it's the element itself. And if it's like even, it would be the mean of the middle two elements. Now let us just like jump to the solution. Of course, we want to like minimize the number of operations, which are like minimizing the number of, like increment or decrement operations. The first idea that hits to your mind is first to like sort this array, and then when we will be comparing the elements with the k, we will make sure that the increment or like the decrement is minimum. Let us see how. So in this array, let's first sort it, because we are required to sort an array before we calculate any array's median. The sorted array would look like 2, 5, 5, 6, 8, right? And if we want our median to be k, which is 4 in this case, what we can do is we can just like, we need to make sure like the elements on the left of the middle element, they should be lesser than the target median, and the elements on the right to the middle element, they should be bigger, they should be more than the target median. In that way we can make sure that while we are incrementing, there would be no interference to our median. In other words, if we will make sure that our increment and like decrements follow follow the rules that I just said before, like if the elements here they are less than the k, elements here they are more than the k, then we should be good. We should be good when we set this middle element to the required median. Now let us jump to the code. So first let's sort the array, and then let's go through the each element for I in range, len, nums. Now there can be three cases. The first case is when I is less than the middle element. I mean the like the I is in the first half of the array. If I is less than len nums, the other case would be I equals to len nums by 2. This means like on the we are on the middle element. And in this part we need to anyhow set the nums of I to the median that we are required to set. And the other case would be when I is greater than length nums divided by 2, like it's in the second half of the array. In other words, like those elements which need to be more than the median. Now let us see what we need to do here. First of all, let's make a count variable that would store the number of the minimum operations that would be storing our answers. Now what we need to add in the count. As I said before, the number of the nums of I in this area, it should be less than, k, right? So if it should be less than k, if it's already less than k, perfect, we don't need to do anything, right? So if nums of I is already less than k, we don't need to do anything. So when do we need to do anything? We need to do a thing when it's more than k. And in that case, what would I need to do? I need to decrement it to minimum k, so that it doesn't create any havoc. It doesn't affect the order of things. Now, how much times would I need to decrement? Of course, it would be like nums I minus k, right? So it would be like count plus equals to nums I minus k times. So these are the operations that I would need to do. These are the times I would need to decrease the element to make it at least k. For example, like if there was like 5 and you need to make it 2, so what would you be doing? How many operations will you be doing? You'll be doing 3 operations, which is nothing but like 5 minus 2. I hope you got this. Now let us come here. In this case, what I need to do, I need to make my nums I equals to k, equals to k. And what would be the minimum amount of operations? It would be the amount of operations. They would be equal to the absolute of nums I minus k. Now here, like in the middle element, there can be two cases. Either nums I can be greater than k, or it can be less than k. These are the cases when we need to do something because we want it to be k, right? So if it's already k, perfect, no problem. But if it's not k, then we need to add absolute of nums I minus k. In other words, if it's more than k, then we are decreasing it. If it's less than k, then we are increasing it. So our absolute operator handles it all, no problem. Now let us come here. Now let us come here. Here, we need to make sure that the elements which are in the array, they are more than the median, just to preserve the order. If they are not more than the median, in other words, if they are less than the median, that's when the problem is. So we need to do some operation in that case. So what we need to do, let's first check if nums I is less than k, then we need to add in count. What do we need to add in count? We need to add in count k minus nums I. So this is the number of times I would be doing the increment operation. This would be the number of times I would be increasing those elements, increasing the element just to make sure like it gets at least equal to a. For example, if the element is 2 and the median that I require it to increase it is like 5, so I need to like add 3 to the 2. So I'll be doing 3 operations, which is 5 minus 2. Hopefully, by the end of this loop, our count would be storing the answer. So we shall return it. Now let us submit this and let's see if our code passes all the example test cases. So the result says 230 and the description also says 230. Now let us submit this. Perfect. Our solution is being submitting, and I have also told you how this algorithm works, how we are thinking greedily over here, how we are making sure that the number of increments or decrements is minimum because we are like sorting it. We are just making sure like we are leveraging the array being sorted. I hope you like the video. If you like this video, share it with your friends and just like comment if you have any suggestions. Thank you.